Hey, my name is Elizabeth Plouffe, and welcome to Entrepreneurial Entrails. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that you might haven't thought about before. Who knows? But it's the difference between nervous and excited. And it kind of hit me the other day. I'm working on a fairly big project with a new client, and I couldn't figure out, these feelings of, wah! And the more I thought about being nervous, the worse it got. It was ridiculous. And then I remembered something that I was told when I was getting married. And a little bit of a weird personal story, but here we go. So for most brides, you go to a hair salon to get, all duded up. And I was no exception. Ended up going to the hairdresser, and I kept saying how nervous I was. And I had no problems marrying my soon-to-be husband. I wasn't, nervous about him at all. Other than walking down the aisle. That part sucks. The men get it easy, man. Like, we got to walk up and everybody looking at you. Oh, that's so bad. That I was nervous about. But anyway, the hairdresser walked over to me at one point, and she put her hand on my shoulder, and she looked in my face, and she said, "You're not nervous, sweetheart. You're excited." And immediately I felt 600% better. And I'll tell you why. So I looked up the meanings of nervous and excited. So there is a reason behind this. So nervous, an adjective, and it is defined online here as easily agitated or alarmed, tending to be anxious, highly strung, a sensitive, nervous person. And the synonyms for that, so words that mean the similar thing, are high-strung, anxious, edgy, tense, excitable, jumpy, skittish, brittle, neurotic. Woo! And then the second definition is relating to or affecting the nerves. So a nervous disorder. None of that is positive. None of it. Even excitable, not necessarily positive. And so when we ascribe that word to how we are feeling, there is that automatic negative connotation that we subconsciously apply to how we're feeling. And absolutely there are times where you are nervous, fight or flight, somebody's coming at you, there's a conflict, what have you. I don't think anybody's excited about a conflict. But if we stop and look at some of the things that we are doing and rethink the feelings that we have towards them, it might help us deal with them better. So for an example, if you are getting up in front of a group to speak, go through the checklist in your head. Have you done the prep work? Have you researched? Is this stuff that you know? Have you stuck to your education and abilities? Is there at least one person in the area that you might know? Even if you don't know anybody, you at least know the person that invited you to be part of the event. And I offer this that you're having an opportunity to promote your skills, your business, variety of things. You're having an opportunity to teach and share. And I would suggest that you look at it as that you are excited to be up there, not nervous. And I know, public speaking is like second to death as far as what people don't want to go through. But either way. And then there are tons of other opportunities that you may feel that you are in fact nervous, but you're not. You're excited. This could be job interviews. It could be, putting out your first blog post. It could be going to your first networking event. There's just so many different things. And so what I would suggest, and this is just a really quick and dirty one today, is that you have a look at the definition of excited. And excited means an adjective, very enthusiastic and eager. They were excited about the prospect. Synonyms include thrilled, exhilarated, animated, enlivened, electrified. Woo! Who wouldn't want to be electrified? Oh, and if you go even further, there's enraptured, intoxicated. I wouldn't use feverish. Adrenalized, enthusiastic, or high, fired up, psyched. And from a physics state, excited means of or in an energy state higher than the normal or ground state. And that's an awesome way to be, especially if you're going into a presentation or a meeting, within reason, obviously. You don't want to be in a situation where your energy is so scattered that you're actually off-putting to the other person. So there is a happy medium, but to me, this is more around when you're in a situation that you can't necessarily identify how you're feeling. And, society tends to push us towards nervous, which I really hate. I think that does us all a disservice and puts you in an anxious state that you don't necessarily need to be in. So, there's a ton of calming techniques, there's a ton of grounding techniques that you can do. But I think fundamentally, if you say to yourself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I want to, be excited about this prospect, this talk, this opportunity to promote my business, this anything. I'm excited about this exam because that means I'm going to have successfully completed this course and I'm one step closer to my degree. I'm excited about, I don't know, there's tons of stuff. So that's it for today. It's a really quick and dirty. It's just the difference between nervous, excited, and remembering when that slightly butterfly, fluttery feeling is throwing you off your game. Tell yourself you're excited. Take a page out of Amy Cuddy's book and, do the Superman stand if you need to, like whatever makes you happy. But I just really strongly encourage you to go towards excited because that's a much nicer place to be. So I hope you're having a great day. It's Monday. I hope you're excited about the week. I hope you have a lot of opportunities to be excited about. And I would love to hear if you end up using this technique and how it works for you, or any other things that you've tried. There's visualization, there's all kinds of things, but this is just a really simple one. So I hope you're excited, and I hope that you know that you have the guts and glory to make your own story. And I hope you have a fantastic week, a fantastically exciting week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.